What's going on, great friends? Happy Saturday, wherever you guys are coming from. Welcome into the StreamYard studio, proud home of the TNC Sports Talk and the Jay and Trey podcast. Let's get going. We got 2 hours for you guys. It's all about Super Wildcard Weekend. Want to give a shout out to StreamYard, which is the home studio of the Jay and Trey podcast, the TNC Sports Talk channel. If you guys are looking to create your own podcast, YouTube videos as well, head on over to StreamYard.com and start making your dreams a reality. Also, like to give a quick shout out to Place It, and by inviting you guys, Place It.net is the place to go to create all your mockups, logos, and videos. That's where it's happening. Check out Place It.net for your free trial. Also, like to give out a quick shout out to Canva. Canva is also another video editing website that we invite you out. All the commercial breaks are created through Canva. Canva.com for more information. Epidemic Sound. Discover your world class artists, composers, and bands. Find the perfect soundtrack and give your social media accounts the music they deserve. Epidemicsound.com for more information. Last but not least, Stream Elements with one click of a button. Start creating and selling your merchandise. It's that simple, you guys. Simply head on over to Stream Elements, create an account. It's free. You get a whole bunch of templates to load up your logos on, load them up, click publish, send customers to the domain they create for you, and let them do the rest. Customers will buy the product, they'll make the product to order, they'll ship them out directly to the customer, and then you will receive your profit. StreamElements.com for more information on that. Talking about Stream Elements really quick here, we would like to invite you out to our merchandise. If you like our show, you guys want to start wearing the Jay and Trey podcast or the TNC Sports Talk, I know I love that. I think my favorite logo is TNC Sports Talk logo, the one up here. Where is it? Right up here. That the license plate one, the one with the little beast on it. That's my favorite one, to be honest. I'll be probably hopefully wearing that tonight to NWF. But if you guys wanting to wear our products, we have t-shirts, jackets, hoodies, iPhone cases, blankets, coffee mugs, and more. Check out merch.streamelements.com/JJ Talk Show. That's once again merch.streamelements.com/JJ Talk Show. Alrighty. So 2 hours into it, we are on a Wednesday, and I know a lot of places are going to expect some snow. So let's not wait any longer. Let's get right down into it, and let's have a great show, you guys. The Jay and Trey podcast starts now. Alrighty, great friends. Welcome back into the StreamYard studio. Welcome back to the Jay and Trey podcast. Wherever you guys are listening, whether this is on live, YouTube, we thank you for tuning in. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Also, leave us a comment down below as well. Let us know how you're doing it. Hey, listen, if you guys can't listen to us, on YouTube. That's fine. Okay, we have audio streaming services such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. So there's no way that you can't miss an episode there. You guys could also check out our social media accounts. We're available on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at TNC Sports Talk. I don't know, Trey. I asked Trey the other day if he got the Twitter at changed. Hopefully we'll see what happens with that, because I think that still says the at J&J Talk Show, but we will find out. All right, so we got 2 hours for you guys today. We got just is strictly Super Wildcard Weekend mainly. Wherever this show kind of take us, we still have Jake takes on Trey. That is going to also be given today. So without further ado, let's not wait any longer. Let's bring in the one and only Trey the Champ. And then let's also bring in Jake. Jake, you guys, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, guys. Good
You know
afternoon. How
what?
are y'all?
There's this. We're about to hit some weather issues.
Yeah.
You know, I think out here we're supposed to get some snow over the next 48 hours. Trey, I know Jake, you're
Yep,
supposed to hit some weather issues.
Yeah. We're actually getting ready to get the worst
definitely.
out of this storm that we're supposed to be
So
getting.
when we hit all this stuff, I mean, internet may not always be the greatest. I mean, there's always seems to be an issue on our show. There's always something.
Yeah.
So it's hard. We'll work
Yep,
through the
there's always
punches.
something.
As long as you can hear us clearly, we will be okay, you guys. Hey, it's super wild card weekend.
Weekend.
We are
Yeah.
covering. There's not one, there's not two, there's not three, there's not four, there's not five, but there's 6 games over 3-day weekend here because it's also MLK weekend as well. Um,
Yeah.
that means we have 2 games. We have 3 AFC, 3 NFC. We have 2 games today. We'll go over that a little bit. We have 3 games tomorrow. And then, interesting enough, we have a Monday night football playoff game.
Crazy as it
And
sounds, right? Crazy as it sounds. Whoever thought that we ever get a chance to have a Monday night game involving your team, Justin? And of course,
I,
it's crazy. The Rams play Monday, the Bengals
yeah.
play today, and of course the Steelers play tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be nice because now we can support each other for that 3 hours and there's a reason why we got to watch each and every day. I mean,
Yeah.
it sucks because I still got to work Monday, and I just don't know how much thought process it was to put the Cardinals and the Rams on a Monday.
The crazy thing is that looking at these two playoff games with two conference teams playing each other, it's like we get a chance to see who is truly the best team. Out of I think it was for like the Rams and the Cardinals with the NFC West, and then of course you got the Bills and the Patriots for the AFC East. So that's gonna be a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, if you're not necessarily maybe excited about those games, that's a reason to get excited for because it's divisional playoff rounds for them. Like
Yeah.
they're playing it from their division, which that's a whole nother issue. And we'll get back into that. I got a few things I want to share with you guys to kick off our show.
What's up?
Now, Trey, you can still hear us? Trey,
Trey.
On my end,
can you
it's
Trey.
hear us?
terrible. On my end, it's terrible. You guys
You're
are
gonna have to
lagging, and
probably.
I can only hear like every 3 or 4 words.
Well,
Justin, you
that's
can
on
hear
your
me?
end. I can hear you clearly. We're doing sound check live.
Yeah.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Take
Maybe
me
you have to
off.
recheck it again. I hear.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, he'll have to recheck it, but until then,
All right, let me
and
ask
I
you this: is there anything exciting that you're interested this weekend in the AFC?
a lot to look forward to for sure. I mean, you got to think about To me, obviously, it's tomorrow night's big game between the Steelers and the Chiefs. And by the way, a interesting fact: tomorrow night's game between the Steelers and the Chiefs will be Pat Mahomes' first wild card game. So that's going to be a very
Yeah.
interesting one. And of course, like I said before, the Bills and the Patriots will be played down there. I forgot what the Bills stadium is called, but it's supposed to be really, really cold out there. Supposed to be like
Well, I
probably like
mean, it's
below
not going to
zero.
be as bad. It's not supposed to be as bad as it was the last time they met back in December, where it was like just a blizzard hit through before the
Oh
game.
man, that
And
was
they ended up
terrible.
running the ball. So we're gonna actually see two teams actually get a chance to actually do something.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be basically Josh Allen taking on Bill Belichick. That's how simply it's gonna be.
Well, I mean, you also got
Um,
to think about this though. The last time that we was at, between the Patriots and the Bills at the Bill Stadium, it was
yeah,
actually the Patriots that won it, and Mac Jones only threw 3 passes, and then he still got the win. So, and I want to tell you this though. I want to tell you this.
yeah.
There's a lot of pressure between for per each team. And I want to go ahead and start off with the Bengals and the Raiders. You got to
Uh-huh.
think about this though. Derek Carr's first playoff game.
Mhm.
Joe Burrow's first playoff game. A lot of these guys who have never been to the playoffs or been rookies, for Jamar Chase's, situation, might I add, they're going to be
Right.
feeling a lot of pressure because, I seen a post on TikTok last night. This is the Bengals' first time in 6 years since they made it to the playoffs. This is the
Right.
Raiders' first time in over 8 years probably since they made it to the playoffs. And yet you got to think about this though. The Raiders are feeling comfortable because this is their second time going to Ohio. Because you remember earlier back in December they took on the Browns and yet they won in a very close game. So I really feel like all these guys, and including the veterans like Matthew Stafford, who's playing his first playoff game on Monday for the very first time ever, they're all going to end up feeling a lot of pressure. Mac Jones
Yeah.
as well. I mean, there's so much that you have to be able to look forward to within this
We
weekend.
we are going to get a chance to talk all about each and every game. Like I said, we're dedicating 2 hours of this show for the actual, okay, maybe like an hour and a half, right? Of talking
Yeah.
about 6 games in the NFL. If we do not have enough time, there's
Mhm.
something wrong. I
Oh,
tell you that. But
yes, yeah. So
I do want to give
and
a quick shout out though while we're here to Armchair Booking. They've been in and out. Welcome you guys back on. I'm actually very excited to have them on our show tomorrow. If you guys aren't aware of, we have a show tomorrow. Our schedule is actually pretty busy because I know Trey and I are going to head down to NWF event in Covington, in
yeah,
Kentucky, where we get to see the Golden Boy Jordan Clearwater return. Someone I've never seen actually, but they're building up a lot of hype for it. And then we get to see a title match between Rex and DC, which has been an interesting storyline. How DC turned on Rex during an event in Ludlow, and now is with Hollywood. I got my
yeah,
Rex shirt on, the Rex Express, because I'm rooting for Rex on this end.
yeah.
So we got a lot of great things that we are intended to do. Let's see here. So
Also,
I just want to give a shout out to Armchair Booking because tomorrow from what like noon until like an hour after the game, we're supposed to be you and I are going to somehow try. I'm going to say try because you get your time frames different with the game's like 2-3 minutes faster than mine,
faster than
but
yeah.
we're going to try to
So
call the Eagles and the Buccaneers game, and then we'll be
yeah,
back for 3 hours from 9 to midnight where we have Riley Matthews and we have Armchair Booking scheduled to join us in the show.
and also, I do have a confirmative answer to one of the guests I'm trying to be able to get on. She did say
Okay.
yes, so I'm gonna try to. So I'm gonna try to
I'm
figure out a
excited for this.
date and for the time. Hopefully, we can get her on next week.
Can you
Um,
tell us the name?
I'm not trying to butcher the name. Any
Oh.
Piduto. But either way, but yet
Okay, let
I
me.
told you.
Organization is a fighting organization. I'm presuming
She's a fighter. She's a fighter.
she's a
She's been
fighter.
fighting. She's a fighter coming out of Florida. She is an
Okay,
incredible fighter, and not only
is she
that, but
part of
yet
any organization?
she's been fighting for CM Fighting League. She's not like for, but yet the thing is though, she's been fighting a lot
Right.
longer.
So but
So
she's still building up. All right. Well, you
yeah,
got to
she's still
remember a
building
lot
up.
of these fightings aren't like it's still new for women to have this publicity in the fighting
Yeah,
world. So
yeah,
all this
and
stuff that you guys
so
are seeing in the women, like Sandra last week, she is still very part involved, but because of the revolution of women fighting is now
yeah.
growing. This is now how she's getting her
And
publicity.
see, like the thing is, and yeah, I've had people ask me like, why do you always ask for these fighters to join us? Because me, it's like I want them to have the platform. We had Taylor Starling and Brent Hart on the same week, back in December, and then we just
Right.
had Sandra. So yeah, I want to be able to continue to be able to have more of these fighters to join on our show, to be able to build a platform. So hey, she is a star in her own way. She is building her own legacy. So that's why I keep
Right.
having these fighters on because one, they do something that no other person can do. They go in there and they fought their guts out.
I've told you
And
this
two,
before. Um,
and
Hold on one second. I was just going to read it. Go ahead. I'm going to
I
read
was gonna
this
say,
comment.
and two, like all women's fighters deserve to be able to have this platform. Whether if you're just starting or if you're in the big, you don't have to be big just to be able to be in an interview with us. And
I
that's why I always try to be able to make them feel like,
completely
hey, they're a
agree.
big star.
Let me take a pause here. I got a question for Armchair Booking. If you guys could share with me, because Armchair Booking is Steve is not going to be able to be going down to the Covington event because his family's dealing with I'm going to say medical, just to keep it vague, but medical situations.
Yeah,
And so he's telling me that he's getting looking forward to watching it. I guess I've been told that they do YouTube for these shows. They're not. I don't know. Are they live? Do you just watch the highlights? Can you kind of give me more information on how the how we could stream NWF? Because that's one thing that sucks about not being able to head out to every event. Is that there's really, I mean, other than the highlight videos that you see on social media, there's
Yeah.
really no other streaming platform, and I would like to at least be, if I'm not able to go, kind of still follow these storylines, and they don't necessarily clearly
And
tell
check
you these
out the
storylines.
highlights.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't necessarily clearly tell you these storylines all the time in the in the social media pages. So it's kind of interesting and nice. Like I know that the DC and Rex situation, I because I've been to the one where DC turned on Rex in Ludlow, and it was just like something that they been building up for like the last month. So. But please let me know what you if there's any actual way to stream it live. So if I'm not able to go to an event, like I couldn't go last week to Mount Orab, I can still somehow actually watch it. But I
Yeah.
have, besides the highlights, I can't find it.
And plus, I mean, you also got to think about this. So, since Justin and Trey get a chance to go to the events, I mean, try to get a chance to help me out. Try to get a chance to help me out so I can be able to keep up with
I
everything.
mean, the
Because I
best way I
want,
could tell you is to go to NWF Wrestling,
but I understand that. But you
Northern
also have,
Northern Wrestling Federation on Facebook, and then they do have videos and matches. That's the best way. But yeah, I mean, if you're having going back to what you're talking about with our upcoming guest,
yeah,
we have what do you call it? Sorry.
a platform.
I tease you. I tease you a lot about
Be,
okay, hey, who do we I'm like who is this person? Like for example, Sandra, right? I
yeah,
think I was
Sandra.
I was asking you, I was like, I can't if you give me an interview, you say, okay, hey, we're gonna have the so and so on, I gotta Google them, right? Most
Yeah,
of the
you got to
time.
Google them. You got to be
I
able to look them
couldn't
up. But yeah,
really find
I
anything for Sandra, so it was like I just needed some information just to help prepare for the interview. But
yeah.
like same thing for NWF. We try
I
to
mean,
prepare you like for upcoming
yeah.
Riley Matthews.
By the way, so quick question. So is there a meeting for us to be able to do a interview, Joe, to be on Armchair Booking's show? Because I just want to be able to get a chance to join them, and plus either have you or Trey to join me along because this has been a really great thing, and I cannot wait to get a chance to have them to join us tomorrow. So,
Right.
is there any scheduling
Yeah.
about
So
that?
from my understanding, they will be on tomorrow at 10:30. They want to try to get you guys on Monday.
Wow.
Um, I've been in and out of busy. So I apologize for the lack of communication, whether between Steve and I. But
Yeah.
if I mean if you guys, the last episode I saw them do was earlier in this week. I don't know if there was something else going on. I didn't see in the second episode this week. So
Yeah.
from Armchair Booking, which by the way you could check out Armchair Booking on social media accounts, audio streaming services, um,
Yeah. Well,
and also about we could also check out them on YouTube at Armchair Booking. But I believe they want to try to get us on Monday. But here's what I'll do after the show: I'll end up reaching out to you, making you, you and
Trey.
Steve, Trey, and Steve all kind of get up and talk about when
Yeah,
you guys want to
well, I
come
mean,
on.
if they want to, they can just message the Instagram page, and then because
Yeah.
me and Trey usually be the one in charge of that. So yeah, Steve, message the Instagram, and then I will definitely answer you immediately after the show because, to be able to get a chance to represent us, as far as the TNC Sports Talk
Yeah.
crew, it'd be really awesome. And plus, this also gives us another great opportunity to be able to show our platform, to be able to get a chance to show our podcast to a great, relationship with Armchair Bookings. So yeah.
Hmm.
Just message me after the show on Instagram if you don't care, guys.
I will. I do know that Um, so they do Armchair Booking records Mondays and Thursdays. Obviously, they're not gonna put on a show unless they know that they could actually put on they
Yeah,
record like if they have technical difficulties, like they have standards and they meet those standards. Obviously, with everything else, I'm gonna have to reach out to Noah and Noah tonight. Hopefully, I see him and see what's exactly going on in the what's going on in all the everything with the NWF wrestling. But yeah, I mean, I know we've been talking about throughout in and out throughout the week. I'm very excited to have Armchair Booking on. Let's do this. It looks like Trey has his stuff a little bit better, but let's come back. I got a couple stories I want to share for you before we get into NWF. So we're gonna take our first break of the show. When we come back, we're gonna start covering Super Wildcard Weekend. You guys are listening to the Jay and Trey podcast right here on the TNC Sports Talk channel.
I won't make it easy for you now. You got 2 minutes of my time, and I don't really break too easily, but I'm worth it, 'cause I'll slip into your dreams tonight. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breaking your sweat. You're falling into me, touch me, I swear. You would do anything that I want, so keep us awake till the dawn. Baby, feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me. I wanna make you sweat on me. I got you wrapped around my finger, but don't you try to call me tomorrow. There's nothing personal in having a little fun. You wait and see if it's worth your while. So give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breaking your sweat. You're falling into me, touch me, I swear. You would do anything that I want, so keep us awake till the dawn. Baby, feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me. I wanna make you sweat on me. Feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me. Just take a hint, you got a free pass. Oh, try to hide it, but you had me from the get-go. Let me be frank, I'm not that complicated.
All right. Come on. We got this. There we go.
Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push your limits with you right now.
All right. Let's get our heads on clear. Let's clear the air. It seems like maybe everyone's better. Trey, how are you? Can you hear us better a little bit? Yeah,
better.
that's what I like. Oh man, don't you just love when actually things go your way and the show is flawless? Oh my goodness.
Hey,
You know what?
Trey, I got a question.
I
You need an Oreo, bro?
Yeah. Oh snap! Oh snap!
I got the better Oreos, by the way.
Ooh.
Love you guys.
They
Either
should
way,
have the
though,
Mountain- they
I'm
should
just glad
make
to.
Mountain Dew Oreos.
I
You know they
actually
have
got the
Cocoa
peanut butter
Puff
pie.
pancake batter.
What
They
is
have
it?
Cocoa Puff. They have Cocoa Puff pancake batter.
Hmm.
Oh my
They,
God.
I think they made like what is them Swedish fish flavor?
Oh gosh.
The
Oh,
little Swedish
yeah.
fish candy. Yeah, I'm not making this up. It's
All right,
natural
so
flavor.
hey, listen. Let me ask you. While we're doing this, let's just get this all out of the way and off the chest. We don't give Riley Matthews enough credit. We have Riley
Yes,
Matthews
we
scheduled to
don't.
be on our show tomorrow at 9:30. And listen, I'm not no disrespect to anyone else that we interviewed. Besides, upcoming armchair booking. But I'm going to talk about pro athlete status. We're having NWF, a young upcoming talent, in Riley Matthews tomorrow night, right? I know. Trey, you're excited. Trey, have we heard? Okay, can we get a confirmation? Or who is Courtney going to be on tomorrow or no?
I don't know. I guess
I'm
she'll
gonna take
let you
that.
know
I'm gonna take
tonight.
that as a no.
She
She may
has
be
to
up
let
on
us know.
us.
She has to let him know.
Okay. The only thing I would say is that if she's on, I would love her to be on doing the interview.
Right.
Yeah.
But I would love to. But if not, that's okay. It's just she has to understand that while we're doing the interview, I'm not really going to be on the chats. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to blow up on
Yeah.
the chat, just be precautious about that. But anyways, that's fine. I mean, listen, 4 or 5 people, trying to ask, all these questions to her. But here's the reason I want to give her a shout out, because she's the only actual athlete that's been on our show and that's going to be on our show that's actually tuned in and commented and got involved. Like, she was on yesterday. She's been on this past week. And I don't know. Maybe maybe
Yeah.
she's a fan of this show. Maybe she likes the show. I sure hope so. I don't know. Or maybe, she's actually doing her homework just like we're trying to do our homework to get ready for the show. Maybe she wants to, check us out, see
And
how we are. We're prepared for our ugliness here on this show. But, I mean, but
I mean,
anyways,
you
like,
actually.
she's getting involved, and that's what I love so much about, especially like I already became a fan favorite of hers in the women division at NWF. Her now reaching out and actually commenting on this, and hey, I'm watching you, I'm listening to guys, or watching you guys at work. I'm like, dude, like if wrestling is your career and you want to make it big, there's no doubt that these are baby steps, and yet again you're blowing it out of the water. Because I mean, to be able to watch the product that you're about to go on to and be, out there in the community and being a part of everything, 100 like props, respects, everything out to Riley Matthews.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
like
you
she
actually
gets
brought up
it.
a really. And actually, you did bring up a really great point about Riley. We see a younger wrestler at 20 years old making headlines like Roxy did this past Thursday, and yet she can be she can pretty much be the future of professional wrestling in women's wrestling. So
I
I
sure
can
hope
honestly
so.
say I'm very excited to have Riley Matthews get a chance to join us. Make sure you guys check it out 9:30 tomorrow, 3-hour show with the three Stooges is what I call us.
Yeah.
You,
Oh
you
my
know what
goodness.
I love about Riley
What's
is
up?
because she's not scared to go out there and defend her friend Jews
Yeah.
and deal with these bullies, Titan and Sean
Yeah.
Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, she actually
Oh,
last time I went out there, she actually, she slapped what Sean Evans at ringside.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, badass for that. I mean, shoot, I would be. I mean, but yet again, I mean, given the credit, I mean, a lot of guys, including myself, gave Sean Evans a bunch of crap last time. I mean, like, I'm talking about, I still feel so bad for Sean Evans. Like, I got mad respect for him for what he does and how he pumps up the crowd for being such a heel he is. But I
yeah.
mean, what hurt the most is that we were literally like 2 people down from his wife and his kid, and I'm like, oh crap. like I have mutual respect. These are just regular Joes that have daily jobs just like you and I, and they just do, they are entertaining us on the weekends. I am
Yeah.
interested though. I know Dwaylen and Steve's working on trying to get you guys on. They said you guys could do that. They don't have an issue with that. And they'll get back to us. So hopefully, guys, keep your schedule
Yeah.
open for Monday night. Hopefully, weather is clear enough to be able to host that, and then we'll
Yeah.
have them reach out to you. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. We have I just blown a brain fart. Shit.
And
All right. Well,
Wake
we're gonna
up.
get back to it. It's all right.
before
It's
we
all
move
right. We're all
on,
good. All right.
before we
So
move
let
on,
me.
Hang
Yeah.
on. Hey, hang on. Wait. Trey has something to say.
before we move on to a different subject, Titan,
Okay.
if you see this, I'm coming to give you some shit tonight.
I did want to find out. I did want to find out that about I do want to know who won, Mr. J or Sean Evans. They had a match last night at the Busted Busted Loose
Mm-hmm.
event, Winter Wars last night. So I wanted to see if anyone has information on that. I haven't been able to. I haven't found anything on social media. So
Yeah, I want to know who won that with that match with.
I
Sean
will also
Evans
love to
and
see Mr.
J.
J and Juice tag team together.
Yes.
to face Sean Evans
Definitely.
and Titan.
Definitely. And by the way, Trey, I got the Kentucky basketball game on, so it looks like we're kicking a lot of butt right now.
Yay! All right, hey, all right. So
32,
a few stories I want to share with you guys here, if you guys
Yep,
don't
so-
mind. All right, so here's the first story.
Go ahead.
Let me pop it up. You guys watch a lot of YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
right? Okay. Where something came out yesterday, and I know a lot of radio stations talked about this because this is like one of those moments. We had a YouTube video that finally hit 10 billion views. You guys hear about that?
No.
No.
Can you guys give any guesses of who that what video that is?
Is it a Mr. Titan, Mr. Titan of Mr. Beast video?
That's probably my biggest guess. I don't know.
Sorry, I got my kids this weekend, so I just had to deal with that. No,
It's not Mr. Beast.
no,
Hmm.
it's actually a music video, and
Please
you
tell
guys
me.
won't.
Oh no. Is
Oh,
it
no, this is
what does the fox say?
No. So this one hit 10 billion,
Doc-
10 billion views, the most views out of any YouTube channel. We're gonna do this one here, right here. Let me hit.
It's gotta be Gangnam Style.
It's the most annoying song for an adult. Did it back 5 years ago. Debuted in 2016.
No.
Oh no. No.
Yes. It was the #1 hit video played in 2020. And it officially hit 10 billion views earlier this week on Thursday.
And I guarantee my niece was a billion of them views.
All right, I just got confirmation. Armchair Booking will send you guys the Zoom links around 8:15 on Monday so far.
Sounds good. Thank you.
So yeah, this is now hit the 10 billion. You know what the second most viewed videos was Despacito. Remember that song, that music video?
That's Despacito with Justin Bieber and all them.
That one I think hit around 7 billion. But this is like for adults. Like I remember this song, and because I got 2 kids, we play this all the time. It was a repeat on our YouTube at one point, and now it is the #1. Now it's hit 10 billion. Oh my goodness. Anyways,
Terrible.
whoever made that must be a rich MFer. If you think about it.
Yeah,
Gosh,
I agree.
man.
That does sound like it.
I mean, just imagine
But,
how many people. Like I must have, like my kids must have contributed like 300,000 of those views. And if you know what I'm
I
saying.
remember they started selling like Baby Shark merchandise. That's how popular it got.
Yes, the little
it's crazy.
puppets. Oh my goodness.
The little toys. I mean, Joe,
Yes.
like you'll see them on toys, you'll see them on T-shirts, and I'm like, what in the world? So,
But I just wanted to
it's
share that
really
with you
interesting.
guys. I thought that was pretty just cool, just to let you guys know. All right, so Logan Paul made the news again earlier this week.
Oh.
Let me
Yeah.
guess, another boxing fight.
No, actually, he actually made a YouTube video that is actually the #1 trending video right now. He bought online. He ordered the first edition Pokemon cards, and when he actually received it, he did an unveiling, and it turned out to be. Anyone know?
Fake.
G.I. Joe cards.
Oh,
he
shit.
spent
No.
$3 million on what was supposed to be first edition Pokemon cards, which you know, by the way, they're expensive as hell. And when he did the unboxing, he ended up unboxing G.I. Joe cards.
You know what was so interesting is that I don't know what made what is it, Logan Paul, you said, right? For him
Yeah.
to get involved with Pokemon. And me, I'm a big Pokemon fan myself. So it was actually like really cool to see because during one of his fights against Floyd Mayweather, he actually had a PSA graded 10 first edition Charizard, and he actually put it on a diamond necklace and wore it to the ring. So I mean, obviously he was trying to be able to make more money because the thing is though, it's not just the cards in the pack, but I mean
Right.
people would spend the pack art like crazy. But
Just
yeah,
like
I
spending
would definitely be.
$80 on a Tom Brady beanie that doesn't say
Mm.
anything on it. I mean, well, no, I mean,
I,
I just
I
like
will say this though.
the news I thought would have came out of Logan Paul next would be okay, aka Logan Paul taking on Antonio Brown in a fight. You know what I'm saying? With everything that happened with Antonio Brown.
Or from what I've been seeing as of late is like, okay, Logan Paul has taken on one of the Island Boys.
Right, exactly. Because all that feud that happened back in his last fight, but it's interesting. Like Logan Paul. I mean, he was like out of all the cards you couldn't. I mean, you sent me GI Joe cards. Well, I bet you anything in about a month from now, GI Joe's cards are going to be through the roof. He's going to make like millions of dollars off of that.
But the thing is, though, as fierce as he gets, I mean, he's like a ticking time bomb. If he would have saw those cards, he would either throw them, kick them,
But
put
I
them
think
on
he's going to
fire.
do something.
I mean,
I swear. I guarantee you in about a month or so, we will probably be seeing Logan Paul back in the news. Hey, breaking news. We're going to have Logan Paul selling these, bringing back G.I. Joe cards and making them worth hundreds of dollars.
Yep.
I could just
have
see
you
that
have y'all
happening.
See it
even heard,
happening.
have y'all heard about the story with Jake Paul as of late with what he's trying to do with Dana White?
No.
He's
He's
trying to call
get,
out Dana White to a fight or one of MMA. He's trying to get MMA to.
He's trying to get Dana White to be tested to see if he's on drugs, and then he'll go get tested for something, and he said, "Put me in a UFC cage, give me to a UFC fight." There's a lot of people that want to fight this dude. He said, "Yo, this ain't gonna be a typical boxing match. This is gonna be straight up UFC." He called out Conor McGregor. I mean, the man is delusional. He's like Trey rooting for the Bengals.
I mean, CM Punk didn't belong in the octagon. Neither does Jake Paul.
No,
No disrespect to CM Punk. It just didn't cut him out. I mean, he's a tough SOB, but it just doesn't work out for him. Like, no, exactly.
No.
All right, so here I'm going to bring you some basketball news, not because of its basketball, it's the story behind it. So the Memphis Grizzlies and the Golden State Warriors had a game earlier this week, and a 6-year-old fan was actually behind the hoop in the front row. I actually have this. Yeah. And the 6-year-old kid was wanting to get a fist bump after a shot was made by John Morant. I don't know if you know who the guy is. I don't really
John
know
Morant.
who the guy is.
John
Morant. Yeah, John Morant. So this little kid wanted to get a fist bump. He reached out a fist bump, and John Morant was like, "No, I'm not giving you a fist bump because you're wearing a Golden State Warrior jersey." So it was just like, "Hey, listen, you're not gonna wear my jersey. You're not wearing a Memphis Grizzly jersey. You're not gonna get fist bump from me." He came out. He was like, "Listen, hey, if you give me your address. Let me hunt this kid down. I'll send him a Memphis Grizzly jersey, and then when he comes back to the game next time, I'll give him a fist bump. No problem. But if you're gonna wear a different jersey, the opposite team, then this is then I'm not going to give you a fist bump." Well, this has led to the Memphis Grizzlies actually done something a little bit more to this, which I've actually found pretty neat, was that now at Memphis Grizzly games, you are allowed to bring in any opponent jerseys and trade them in for Memphis Grizzly jerseys. I think this is like a limited time deal. I don't know. Like the lines are long. If you bring in a Steph Curry, jersey, you're going to get a Memphis jersey for free. Absolutely free. It's a trade-in value. Cool. I thought that was pretty. You want to talk about publicity? Like, this is amazing.
That is cool.
Yeah, that is cool. I mean, it kind of reminds me. I don't know if y'all heard about the story. It was Pittsburgh and Seattle on a Sunday night game, and Troy Polamalu saw a Seahawks fan's jersey, and he had a terrible towel in him. He goes,
Yeah.
you give up your jersey, I'll give you the terrible towel. And the fan literally give up his old jersey, he's just get a terrible towel from Troy Polamalu. I was like, oh
What was
my
it the
God.
other day? I don't know. Oh gosh, I saw it in the stands. I don't know. There was just there's this player that wanted to get the jersey off that back, and they had to end up doing like a jersey swap just to become a fan. But it's not like okay, like you like I don't know like. I don't know why like Dodger fans go down to the try to get Tatis autographs. Like you shouldn't. I don't know. Like you think you're gonna go get a? Are you really gonna go get A-Rod signature wearing a Kurt Schilling Boston Red Sox uniform? I mean, that's just not something you're not gonna do. Like,
No.
and so it's the same way. So I'm like, okay. So at the beginning, when I first heard this story earlier in the week, I was like, man, it kind of messed. It was kind of messed up. Like, dude, this kid, you could make or break this kid's, basketball fan, experience by just not giving him a fist bump. But the fact that hey, we're gonna get you a Memphis jersey instead, and then you could come back and we'll give you all the photos. Hey, he'll do like the moon and back for this kid now because he has a Memphis jersey. But I thought the idea to bring it up, hey, everyone who brings in a Memphis jersey or an opponent's jersey to get a Memphis one, I mean, they're not cheap either. Like they sell them what like 60, 80 bucks online. I mean, they're not cheap.
Yeah. No, they're not
So
really cheap
I
at
just
all,
thought
and
that
yet-
was a fun story here. So,
Yeah,
but
that's a very cool story.
That's really awesome.
like
And-
now
and-
I'm a John Morant fan because because the movement he did in Memphis.
Yeah, hey, not only that, but hey, by the way, speaking of John Morant, he is now going to be playing in the All-Star game for the very first time, and he's a rookie too, I believe. So congratulations to John Morant on that huge
Yeah.
accomplishment.
All right, hey, listen. While we're getting just things out of the way, and we want to stress the second hour of, I guess, all football because I thought we were going to talk more about football, but
That's all I was
let's
thinking about, too. I was like, wait,
let's
where's the talk?
yeah, well, I was supposed to get this story done, and then we had technical difficulties, and then now we're doing all this, which is fine by me. But while we're here, let's go ahead and play. Jake takes on Trey. Fair enough.
Yay!
Trey's
Yeah,
like,
You might
let's
as
go.
well just give
drilling
him the
this.
game, bro.
I mean, did you not do
He-
any
he's still-
homework off the category?
How am I supposed to do anything? I'm assuming this is gonna be a game of who won the championship the most.
Well, I can't give you the category. Else it's way too easy for you.
Well, I should
And
have it
basically
because I know nothing
spoon-feeding.
about it.
I told you NCAA football teams. So do you know NCAA football teams?
Kentucky. That's gonna be my pick every time.
Okay,
All right,
so
let's give this a try.
he's still a
Listen,
little bit
don't
salty
worry.
about
The thing is,
yesterday.
you don't even know your wrestling information either. You say you claim yourself a wrestling fan, a WWE fan, and you
I
don't
am.
even know who won the most championships.
Oh,
I do.
You apparently
but yeah,
you
how
did it
am I-
when
how-
you say.
But yeah,
All right,
how
let's
much is the
play.
lead right now, Trey?
It's 5-1 Trey right now. The first one to 10. We set the game.
Jake, 5-1, Jake.
I mean, yeah, 5-1 Jake. Sorry, I'm trying to give Trey the benefit of the doubt here for sucking so
He's
much.
got the caveman beard. I got the patchy beard.
Oh my goodness. Trey, are you ready?
No.
It's like, yeah, no.
Let's
just get
go.
this over with. All right. Listen, it is Jake takes on Trey in a question about NCAA football. Listen, I don't have 1,000 questions for wrestling. And obviously it shows that you don't even know you're wrestling either. So I'm going to give you some shit about that. All right. So the category is NCAA football teams. Earlier this week, ESPN and plus other streaming services have put out their way too early top 10s of 2022-2023 season. So besides Alabama and Georgia, exclude those two because Alabama's ranked number 1, Georgia's ranked number 3. Can you name the other 8 teams that are expected from ESPN to be put in the top 10 of 2022-2023 season? All right, because Trey lost yesterday, Trey gets to go first. Name a NCAA college football team that you think will be in the top 10 in 2022. This is ESPN's report, so I'm going off of ESPN and what they said.
Oh shoot. Since it's on
Think of-
TV, I'm gonna go with North Carolina State.
That is correct. North
North
NC
Carolina.
State is not.
Are you
is supposed to
serious?
be NC State's supposed to be number 8.
I.
Oh
The
my
first thing he says is North Carolina State. I'm dead. I'm dead. What type of universe are we in? I mean, dude, we just. What?
NC State is predicted to be number 8. Drake.
Ohio State.
Ohio State is correct. Supposed to be. They're expected to be ranked number 2 next year. It's 1-1 back to
Trey.
Trey. Come on.
Bearcats, Cincinnati.
No, they're actually not projected to be in the top 10 next year.
Michigan.
Michigan is correct. They're expected to be ranked number 5. It's 2-1, Jake. Why don't you think of this one? Do you know who the defensive line coach that got fired from what team this week?
I have no idea.
Let me put it this way. Their coach went from that team to LSU. We talked about it earlier. I'm like giving it. I can't. I'm trying to help you out here, Trey.
So since I'm a Burrow fan, actually, yeah, I'm gonna go with LSU.
No.
Incorrect.
I don't know nothing about this, bro.
Wait, what is it? What is it?
Just
Justin?
It's
That's what I'm
ESPN.
doing.
Way too early top 10s. NCAA football picks. Who
All right.
who ESPN thinks are going to be in the top 10 next year?
All right. Was he right or was he wrong?
No, he was wrong. LSU is not in the top 10 next
Okay.
year, or not predicted to be in the
Okay,
top 10 next year.
Okay, I've been thinking about this a lot, and there's so many incredible teams. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with. Oh man, I want to say Baylor.
No, Baylor is not projected to be in the top 10.
All right, Trey.
Back to
Tennessee.
you. Incorrect.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, no.
What?
I know. Jake, Trey
Okay.
is like, Trey, just get this right so I can get done with this.
Michigan State.
That is correct. They're projected to be number 10. It's tied at 2. Next point wins. Trey's like, shoot, I'm surprising myself. I really have a chance on this one. Jake, can
Okay.
you win?
Oh my god. All right, I'm trying to think here. Oh my gosh, I can't believe Trey actually made it this far. No offense to him, but now I'm on the spot. Okay, I want to say in my. Oh boy, don't f this up. Don't f this up. I'm gonna say.
Oh my god.
Give me. Florida.
Oh. Florida is incorrect.
No.
Yes.
How?
Trey,
shit.
do me a favor and look at your screen, and that maybe will help you.
Help him. Don't help him. Don't help him. This is a conspiracy theory. What is this? What is this?
It's this team right here.
What is this team? What
What
is
team?
this, a conspiracy theory?
I know what you're talking about.
If he can't say it, then I will. Auburn.
No.
It's the team next to it. But it's my turn.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it is your team.
gosh.
So what team? Name your team.
I don't even know who that is.
It's on this. It's on our screen.
Give me that.
It's not on our individual screens. It's on our screen though. You could pop it up.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
How can we pop it up?
No.
I can't tell him.
Trey,
I can't tell him it. I
Trey, hurry.
can't.
Trey, hurry this up. Hurry this up. I got it.
I'm running out of music time.
Texas.
Here. No.
No,
Oh my
Notre Dame.
goodness. Notre Dame is number 6. It's in our comment section. Thanks to Big Jim.
Jim. My
Big Jim
Hennessy boy pulls
underscore
through. Thank
11.
you.
It is
My
Notre
my
Dame.
Hennessy boy pulls through.
This is a conspiracy.
But no,
against
didn't I tell
Trey.
you you could look up the comments and see who's commenting? Oh
Thank you,
my
Big Jim.
goodness.
My Hennessy
Listen, I
boy
can't
came through.
even the wrestling one. You don't know. Like, come on.
I just looked up ESPN NCAA top 25.
Big Jim.
It's
can
the
you
top
do it for me?
ESPN, let me get you the top 10 ESPN predictions for 2022-2023.
Know what?
Michigan
know what?
State.
Give me that, because I want. Look at the screen.
Okay, we can't
Look
even
at
see
the
that
screen.
screen. We can't even see that
Top-
screen.
Top
Okay,
4.
but
I win.
Which
Top
one?
4.
that's Texas A&M.
Texas.
That's Texas A&M.
A&M.
You said Texas. Texas Longhorns, not the Texas A&M. Oh my goodness.
Hey man,
Dang
Big
it.
Jim. Hey, real quick, in case y'all don't know, Big Jim is someone who I work with in Hennessy, so yet the Hennessy boys came through. So thank you, Big Jim, on helping me out with that. Thank you.
6-1,
Thank you.
Jake. You're making this, Trey, you're making this hard on me now. So here's the top 10 list that ESPN is projecting next year. Michigan State at 10, Oklahoma State, NC State,
That's right.
Utah at number 7, Notre
Mhm.
Dame at number 6, Michigan at number 5, Texas A&M at number 4, Georgia at number 3, Ohio State at number 2, and Alabama at number 1.
It's not rigged, by the way, because he said Texas. There's three Texas teams.
There's 3 Texas. There's Texas, Texas State, Texas A&M. I mean, I think there's another
I
Texas.
think
somewhere.
TCU, Texas. TCU.
Yep. I
Put it
mean,
in the comments.
close, but no cigar. So
Hey, thank you, Big Jim. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you. I already won.
Jake, you better give me some respect, because I literally
I
just
will.
pulled them out of
you
the
pulled
hat.
it, yeah. But
I will.
the last one you saw, like NC State, you saw on TV.
I
Texas
did. I
Tech
was like,
too, yeah. That's
Tech,
oh my
yeah.
goodness.
But yeah, hey, I will give you credit.
That's the
I will
only
give you
Texas
credit
team in
though.
the top
But
10.
hey,
He could've
Big
given
Jim
you
pulls
that.
through.
Texas
If
A&M.
Yeah, what-
Those are 2 different teams. I can't give you Texas Longhorns if they're not projected in the top 10. There's the
I will
Aggies, and
tell
then
you
there's
this
the
though.
Longhorns. I mean, there's so many.
Hey, Big Jim. If Dallator was in here, he'd be ripping his hair out with what we just did because he's passionate about his college teams. I already know he is. And
I mean,
by
I
the way,
thought you
real
maybe would have
quick,
went with Ohio State. I mean, the simple teams. Come on.
I already took
But-
Ohio State away from him. But yeah, it was like Ohio State. Then I knew about whoever said the second one. I think it was like Michigan. Yeah, Michigan. But the third one, it was like, oh my gosh, like I can't f this up. Like, come on. So 6-1. And by the way, it's no conspiracy theory. I will give Trey props though. You did pull it out fast
You
one.
play pretty.
So,
You play pretty
kudos
well,
to-
but
you got me on the spot. You got me on the spot.
Trey looks like he's pissed off.
I am. This is a conspiracy.
Well,
against-
so tomorrow,
What?
what's tomorrow's category?
do I get to pick it?
You know,
Yes.
you do not get to pick tomorrow category.
I think I should pick it.
Hold
Okay,
on, hold on.
wrestling.
I do
Okay,
have-
hold on. Let me ask you this: wrestling, football, or baseball?
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Those are okay. So I will come up with a wrestling question with the tops. Now,
I-
I don't know if
I
this
do
is going
have
to
a
help you because it
suggestion.
didn't help you last time.
I do have a suggestion though. Maybe Joe, as far as like talking about maybe ECW champions, maybe.
Well, I'm see. That's the thing. I'm not going to give. I'm not going to give all of it away. No, I can't. I can't give you that detail until the beginning of the show because here's what ends up happening. You guys are going to have time to Google stuff. If I say, hey, NCAA top 10s, you guys are going to Google top 10s and have like 100 lists in front of you to choose from. And I can't do that. That's way too easy for you guys.
Touche. But I mean, I think Big Jim's gonna come
I
back
asked
tomorrow.
2 WWE questions. I asked one about the top, the Royal Rumble, who's won the most Royal Rumbles, and I've also asked the one about who's made the most, who's won the most WWE championships.
Yeah, you did
So
say that.
if you want me to
But
ask
by the
more
way-
wrestling, I got other ones. I just have to spread them out. How cold is that one?
Trey. It's very, very cold. By the way, I think Trey is about to run one of us over with a scooter. I have a feeling, but yeah, he's gonna be running you over with the scooter
Well,
because
he's
you're gonna be the
go-
one
yeah,
seeing it
tonight.
tonight.
I'll see
All
him
right.
tonight.
Oh my goodness. All right. Hey, we got to take a break. We got to take a timeout. We gotta clear the bench here because when we come back, we got to talk about the NFL Super Wildcard Weekend. Be excited because we're going to talk about your Bengals and if they're going to win or lose today. Coming up at 4. Stay tuned. You guys are listening to the Jay and Trey podcast.
On track, now we gon' way up. Don't get used as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. Keep the same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, this is 7 seas. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we gon' way up. Don't get used as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. I got his band like I'm Barry Bonds. Running through the money, but the money's long. I don't love it, but I need it, keep it coming on. Only friendly, me and friends, we don't get along. I put that on my name, that I put them on. I put myself on stage and they sing along. I might book a session, do 100 songs. I'ma let you hear them just to prove you wrong. On track, now we gon' way up. Don't get used as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going.
No, yeah. Oh, I can't let him take my soul. Yeah. I can't let him take my soul. No. Oh, I can't let him take my soul. No. See, we was cool right before he hit the fence, but he hit the fan when I got him down at the bench. When I took a break, I had to leave and go get cleansed. God forgive me for all my sins. I can't say these cause my last name ain't Kent. Cooking on the stove, that's the way he paid the rent. Working on the pole, that's the way she pays tuition. Better watch your soul, cause you know they're trying to get.
Yo, we have some big news coming up for you
Hey,
guys.
do me a favor. Hey, repeat yourself.
Welcome back to the Jay and Trey podcast. And yet, I want to welcome you guys. You get a chance to have some huge announcements. One, you get a chance to win 2 Brian Dennison autographs. And if you guys want to know how to enter the win, make sure you guys head over to our TikTok at TNC Sports Talk. One, you have to follow us, share the video that is pinned, and of course, leave a comment. Winner will be announced on the day of the Royal Rumble event. Probably before the show, we have 2 winners to be able to announce for 2 autographs, certified from Brian Danielson himself, the former WWE champion, and of course, a man who's currently wrestling in AEW. But yeah, make sure you guys head over to TNC Sports Talk to be able to enter into the big giveaway. Huge giveaway that we're trying to do, and yet Trey's going to be announcing the big winner. 2 winners on January 29th, I believe. And of course, don't forget, we actually get a chance to have an interview with Amy Peduto. Try not to butcher the name. Next Thursday at 10:30. You guys will want to tune in. An incredible fighter, incredible, amazing fighter. Can't wait to get a chance to have her to join us next Thursday. So you guys will want to tune in. Big week for us come next week. And of course, we have today and tomorrow, where we have Riley Matthews and Armchair Booking, 3-hour show live tomorrow night. You guys do not want to miss it here on the Jay and Trey Talk Show.
And we are going to be calling the game tomorrow for the Eagles and Buccaneers. Trey, are you going to be joining us tomorrow?
I might.
Ooh,
I don't know
he
how
gets
we're
just
gonna,
to
like I
watch
said,
Tom
I do
Brady.
not know how we're gonna. Are you gonna do your homework on this game? You're gonna look up the roster and get the numbers down and try to
For
call it.
me?
Well, okay. So let me ask you this:
For me or Trey?
Who's gonna be play by play?
I will.
Well, hold on, no, because you have it like 4 seconds, 4 minutes ahead of us.
No. But what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'll watch. I'll try to make sure.
All right. So then let me ask you
But
this:
yeah,
do
I
you
will be
want
the
me to be play by play and then you be analytics?
I mean, I can, but I would rather be the play-by-play because you can ask all
Well,
those
because
that
now
I'm
because
really
you're
good as far
watched,
as like.
I know, but here's the thing: because you're watching the play, you have a couple extra minutes to break it down and understand exactly what's going on, and then take a look at that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I will make sure to start doing my homework for this game because you guys don't want to miss it tomorrow. We'll have our pre-show. Well, what time do you want to do it? 12:30?
We're
Back
gonna
here
come.
on the
Okay,
stream?
I'm gonna be on at 12. You guys could. I'm gonna send the link
Yeah.
out at noon. You guys can come on whenever you want. I'm just gonna start pumping it up,
Yeah.
talking about it. It's gonna be
Well,
available on the TNC
I'll
Sports
definitely-
Talk. So, man, we're actually
and
calling
I will
a
definitely be
game
here
together.
tomorrow. So yeah.
This is gonna be
Yeah,
the worst thing we're ever gonna do.
Yeah, I will be the supervisor. I'll be in the comments.
Yes, armchair booking. Yes, I love armchair booking so much.
Trey,
Yes.
here we
Put it
go.
up
We're
there.
gonna get
Put it
started
up.
here. We're gonna get started here.
Hey,
Yes.
I'll deal with you tonight.
He won't be here tonight. He won't be here tonight.
Bro,
his
why did
family's
you?
dealing with some-
Okay, Justin, why did you just laugh like a child was crying? You had to
Okay.
type of laugh.
Okay. I will deal with him when the Bengals are in the
on
winning
Monday
circle.
night. What about Monday night when you guys go on Armchair Bookings podcast?
Armchair book. Oh man. Oh, that's gonna be a lot of fun. I cannot wait.
You know what?
But,
Here's
hey,
the deal. Let's talk about
Wait,
this
wait,
game.
wait,
It's the Raiders.
wait.
What?
Who volunteered me to be on here? What time is this, anyways?
What do you mean?
8:30?
It's going to be 8:15. I just been saying over throughout the show. He's been reaching out, talking to us. If you read the comments,
Yo,
I'm sorry you don't like
you not
reading.
know Monday Night Raw is on Monday?
Well, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Listen, he's missing Monday Night Raw. You even said you said this yesterday that you're willing to miss Raw. You go watch it on DVR afterwards just to be on Armchair Booking.
When did I say
Why are
that?
you arguing now? Like,
yes.
you know what? If I could leave
Okay,
work early, I would leave work just to
hold
go
up.
watch it.
Hold on.
Just to go be
Hold on. I know how to handle this. I know how to do
First
this.
of all-
How about we shut up and eat some Oreos and calm down
First
right
of
now?
all, I don't even have Zoom.
Well,
You don't need
that's why
Zoom. All you gotta do
just like StreamYard, all of our
is-
guests don't have StreamYard. We send the link.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they
Just
send
do
a
it
link.
on
It's
your
plain
computer.
and simple, like what we're doing right now.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you can just do what you're doing right now. You can sit in that lazy boy chair and then watch Raw, and you get a chance to join us.
It's
So
not
you guys
lazy
don't
boy
want to miss
chair,
out.
It's his throne. Get it right. He's the king of kings. It's
Okay,
his throne.
sorry. Okay. He's the king of the caveman with that beard he's got. So yeah, king of the caveman. There we go. That's what
And
we got from.
and the alfalfa hair.
Okay,
Where?
you don't gotta call me out like that. Okay, I can't help
Not
that.
you,
I can't help
him.
But anyways,
him.
Oh, him. But okay, I was about to say.
You
don't
look
call
like
me out
a
like
you
that.
look
Don't
like
call
one
me-
of those Richie Rich you with the hair off to the side. Like you, I don't like you. It feels like everything's down on the side.
Nemo, gotta go.
Bro, I can't help that. But anyway,
Well,
we have
do
football we
you
gotta
not
talk
want
about.
Nero on? You don't want Nero have some fame on YouTube?
Come here, Nemo. Come on. Come here.
Come on.
Come on. Up. Come on.
Wait,
They
so
want
it
to see
quickly
you.
say
Come on.
Here's the biggest.
while we're waiting on.
I love Nero, but here's the biggest baby of them all.
The biggest baby of them all.
Yeah, he is.
Hi. Say
Oh,
hi.
my
Gotta share
Wait,
the
so
fame
Justin,
too.
quick question. Are we talking about
What's
AFC
up?
first?
We're gonna break
Are we
down
talking about AFC
AFC
first?
games. We're gonna talk about
Bro,
AFC.
you're messing
and-
things up, bro.
Yeah, so Armchair Booking is not going to be here because of his wife is having was tested. They were both tested positive earlier this week. So, unfortunately, it sucked because I was really looking forward to them showing up. But it's all right. It's all right. We'll be fun. We will have to text them and keep them updated with everything that's happening. Anyways, all right. AFC action. We spent enough talking about non-football here. Gosh, this show's gone away. Time to go my fast. All right. AFC, first game of them all. The Raiders and the Bengals. All right, who would like to start? Let's take it for the man of the hour here because he highly believes that the Bengals are gonna win. Let's go. Trey, what is your take on this game?
The Bengals are absolutely going to destroy the Raiders today.
Destroy. You're
Wow.
calling it destroy.
And we are
Already.
going to break our 31-year bad luck streak. We're gonna go on
That
into
actually started with the hands of the Raiders because it was back in 1980 that the Raiders, it's 41 years, by the way, back since in the 1980 when they last won, they beat the Buffalo Bills and then they lost in the divisional series against the Los Angeles Raiders.
You definitely want to talk about a really great game. I mean, I told you guys this before. I mean, it's been 6 years since the Bengals made it to the playoffs. I think it's probably been about 8 years since the Raiders made it to the playoffs. So yet, this is pretty much a huge game for both teams, and I find it coincidence that I get a chance to start the wild. But yeah, I find it coincidence that this whole game starts off that wild card weekend that we have. I feel like there's so much pressure when it comes to both teams. I mean, Derek Carr finally making it to the playoffs. Burrow in his second year making it to the playoffs. And yet the question is how – I mean, Trey, do you know how Burrow's feeling? Is he 100% ready for this game?
I think he's ready. And we got all of our starters. We're good to
Mixon's
go.
going to play?
Yep.
Well, here's some
definitely
key –
need Mixon because –
yeah.
I think the only one that is out is T. Higgins is questionable.
You better hope he plays because you're going to need T. Higgins.
Yeah, well, listen, there's a lot of things going on. Obviously, there's history between the last time. I mean, listen, you think about it. The last time the Bengals, right, had been won a game in the playoffs was back when LA had an LA team. They went a whole 2 decades without an LA team, and then now they're back again. So I mean, this is quite some time since the Bengals have won a playoff chance. Now they do have an opportunity at winning. I mean, obviously you heard about the news earlier this week. The Bengals Nation raised up their ticket prices just to avoid Raiders. I mean, that is not like you guys take that. I don't know if you take that personal, but see, here's the thing. I lived in San Diego. Yeah, I grew up to other teams out buying tickets from the Chargers, like the Steelers. Steeler Nation is big in San Diego. There's more Steeler fans than there are Charger fans. There's more Raider fans in San Diego than there are Charger fans, right? So, I mean, honestly, it's nothing new to me. But here, I guess here's the every game. There is that team that will be satisfied enough just the fact that they made it in. And then there's that team that needs to win to prove something to people. And this was one of the games. That's the Bengals and the Raiders. The Raiders, listen, they probably shouldn't be in the playoffs. They look like crap against the Chargers last week. I mean, they shouldn't have even won the game, but they found a way to win the game. I mean, you look at the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders, listen, if they lose today, hey, we made it this far. We made it to the postseason. That's good enough for us compared to if the Bengals lose. I think a lot of people are going to question. But yet again, we talked about how important this season was. You talk about Cincinnati sports in general, how Cincinnati made it to the Final Four in the college playoffs. You talk about also how Cincinnati Reds have been playing better. Xavier, Ohio State. I mean, there's just so many fun things coming out of Cincinnati over the last year, ever since the pandemic, right? And now it's a chance for the Bengals to make their stepping stone. So do I see the Bengals winning? I personally see the Cincinnati Bengals beating the Raiders. Now, it may not be by 3 points. It's not going to be a wide spread. It's going to be a close game.
Yeah, I want to point out something. We faced them a few weeks ago, and the score, I think it was 31-13.
But the thing is,
I believe we got this.
But to me, the thing is, though, is that, I mean, y'all won earlier in the season, but yet a lot of things have changed since then. I mean, you got to look at Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, they have come come up with this game with so much that they have went through the season. And yet, I want to say this: I admire the fact that the Raiders are in the playoffs because you've seen what happened with Gruden and Henry Ruggs. I mean, so much diversity that's happened to the Las Vegas Raiders organization. So yet,
Right.
for them to be able to make it to the playoffs, this is a really huge thing. But at the same time, though, is that, like I mentioned before, Derek Carr, a lot of these players are in a really, really huge position to be able to move on and potentially maybe take
We
on
could
the
say that
Kansas City
about
Chiefs.
anybody, but the Bengals team that we're seeing, there's been a good handful of them that have been in the same position it's been. Armchair Booking says it's been 5 years since the last time the Raiders played. Well, listen, yeah, you're right.
Okay,
Derek
thank you.
Carr, this is the first time Derek Carr's been in the playoffs. This is the first time Joe Burrow is in the playoffs. Yeah, I think overall though, it's an equal matchup when it comes down to first time experiences. But here's the difference.
Yeah.
You're in Cincinnati. If you haven't heard the news, the mayor of Cincinnati just informed us yesterday that January 15th is going to be Who Day. Trey, you hear about
Who
that?
There we
Day.
go.
They're gonna so they say Who Day, right?
Who
In
Day.
the
Yeah,
chant.
yeah, obviously, yeah.
So they
I
actually are
know
making
that.
a day out of that. And that's today. And it's going to be crowded. It's going to be
Yeah.
big. And I think there's a lot more pumped up because I think Cincinnati fans are desperately wanting a winning team. Now they're finally seeing it. They're going to get supportive about it and they're going to back up. it's going to be a good game. I think it's kicking off a really good game. I think there's going to be a lot of lights on these young rookie. Well, I wouldn't say rookie, but young talent that's making to the postseason, getting this chance at the first time. So I got Bengals.
I will say this. I got the Bengals as well. I do expect the same performance that Jamar Chase has been putting on throughout the entire season. So I really hope to see that going into the playoffs. And I really expect to see Burrow, see what he can be able to do after the injury, see if he's prepared to get ready for a huge playoff game such as this. Trey.
Jake, you're actually rooting for the Bengals?
Yes, because
Oh
like I said
my.
before, I told you this, I told you this. Whoever wins the AFC North, I was going to put my money on them, and yet the Bengals won the division. So I have to be able to admire them because they have been putting on a great season. They whooped us 3 times over the last 2 seasons now, and yet they've been incredible over the last couple of weeks. So I expect to see Cincinnati put on a great performance.
You don't even ask me who I want to win.
No,
I was actually
no.
looking up to see if T. Higgins was out of the game today, but I couldn't find anything.
You're going to need T. Higgins. But if not, I mean, at least you still have Mixon and Chase. It's just I feel like Mixon has a lot he's got to be able to prove. I mean, see if you can be able to get that line prepared because this Raiders defense is not really easy. I mean, we saw how tough this Raiders defense is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to be a really huge challenge. To me, as far as the defensive side of things, that is really questionable. I question y'all's defense because y'all need a lot of coverage. Y'all need a lot to be able to work on. And it's hard to say what's going to go down. But overall, I think this is going to be a very, very close game.
Yeah, I'll get back. I'm gonna find some updates for you, Trey, and get back with you on that one. All right, let's talk about the second AFC game this weekend, and that's going to be the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills, the first of 2 division actual games that we get to see in the first, in the long run here.
And yet this has been a back and forth battle for the AFC East between the Bills and the Patriots. We saw, we talked about earlier what happened the last time these 2 teams played at Buffalo with the Patriots that won. And yet it goes to show how much of talent both teams has. And yet I will give credit to this, though. Mac Jones, first time being a starter for the Patriots, already taking them to the playoffs. But the problem is that, rookie quarterback, big spotlight. I don't know how he's going to be able to perform that, but yet, he's been in a lot of big spotlight games to where all eyes were on him. But
so
I
just
see
for
Buffalo's defense be prepared.
Just you know what? Here's the thing. For that game. I think a lot of people didn't expect Bill Belichick to have a season like they did this year. I mean, they made an impressive comeback overall. Here's the thing. I mean, the Bills at the beginning of the season, who I think a lot of people anticipated them actually to be Super Bowl favorites out of the AFC, and they also obviously had some injuries coming into the season. They were able to overcome a lot of obstacles, find their way back into the playoff picture. Somehow won the division. I really don't even see the whole, Matt Jones. It's more Bill Belichick versus Josh Allen. I mean, last time we saw them was after a blizzard, and everything was forced to be on the run game. Now we're actually going to see these two teams. Yeah, it's cold. Yeah, the conditions aren't pretty, but now we're going to be able to see these two teams in Buffalo kind of do what they do best, and that's kind of passing the ball and actually have more of a playing field to shoot for. So, but there's a lot going on. Trey?
I am looking up, and I believe he is cleared to play.
You're still on the Raiders game.
But the thing is, we're talking about the Bills and the Patriots. We need to know your thoughts on this.
New England's gonna win.
Wow, but the thing is, that we've seen both
teams.
Give
me more than that, Trey.
But why?
Because they've been a pretty good team this year, and I expect them to go far in this playoffs.
See, the thing is, though, with Buffalo, is that Buffalo has the defense to be able to stop Mac Jones. We saw it in the last game that they played, and I expect Diggs to be able to put on a performance. I expect the Bills Mafia to keep putting them through tables, getting themselves prepared, because this crowd is going to be electric regardless of the conditions for this game. And I believe Josh Allen wants to be able to get back to the AFC championship game. He wants to be able to get some revenge on Kansas City, and he's willing to be able to get a chance to get back up there. So easily, I'm going to keep my eyes on Buffalo on this one.
Yeah, I'm liking Buffalo on this one. Listen, I mean, New England and Bill Belichick. Don't get me wrong, Bill Belichick's finally had a good season. I don't know if I still think that they're working a lot out of that defense. I think that the Josh Allen when he comes out of playoff, he's pure talent. And I think honestly, if the Bills can beat the Patriots, which that's who I'm going for, then they're going to kind of look scary in the overall AFC Championship. I think they'll be leading to.
I think it'll be a close game.
It's definitely going to be a close game, and plus, like I talked about before, this is a huge chance to see who actually deserved to win that division. I mean, I think it was the Buffalo Bills that won it, and yet to get a chance to see them play against the Patriots for now a third time, I mean, there's going to be a lot of pressure, but I feel like Buffalo has this in store. I mean, they made it to the AFC Championship game last season, and I know they're trying to be able to come back in there this season.
Trey, who do you got?
For this game, I got New England.
You really think Mac Jones is going to be able to pull off the pressure and try to be able to win this game?
You know what? This game is actually a very difficult game to decide. It's probably one of the most difficult games to decide because they've kind of, despite the ups and downs the Bills have, their performance is pretty amazing in the postseason. I mean, it's hands down, given. Also, if you think about this, we have the Patriots, like I said, they're still making adjustments to the change. Matt Jones just took over. I think a lot of it rides on Bill Belichick, unfortunately. I know the name is used so much and is quick to be used in New England's success, but honestly, that I feel like that's what's led to some of the success this year was Bill Belichick finally making the adjustments he needed without Tom Brady and the top players. So, I mean, I wouldn't doubt that Patriots had. This was a game that was up in my mind. Trey, I know you got some thoughts there that you want to say.
I just think New England's gonna pull this off. It's gonna be a very close game. You keep saying Buffalo's defense is pretty good, but I'm sticking with my gut with New England.
Well, all I can say is that I look forward to seeing what Mac Jones could be able to do. I mean, but the thing is though is that as far as the first couple of drives, they need to be able to rely on the running game because it seemed like it worked before against the Bills defense. So we'll have to wait and see come kickoff. But
why did it work before? Was because of the thunderstorm? The snowstorm they had.
Yeah,
I mean, but you fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I don't think they're going to get to it twice.
No, but I mean, we'll definitely have to see. But I
Yeah.
think overall, I mean, this may be people say it's going to be a close game, but to me,
Mhm.
it's going to be like a 10 to 14 point game.
Well,
I'm sticking with the
I'm gonna sound
Bills.
a little cocky, but stop thinking. Start knowing. Like have confidence. Stop thinking. All right. Game number 3 here. This is going to be held tomorrow. That will be Pittsburgh Steelers over in Kansas City. Now, I mean, there's a lot going on in this game. First of all, the Pittsburgh Steelers barely made it, and they had to wish upon. I mean, what are they? What was that storyline? Said you had a draft day. Remember what's his name said this? You had to wish upon a star and make sprinkle fairy dust over this. Well, that's what Pittsburgh did, and that's how they made it into the playoffs. Now, listen, I mean, if you would have told me that the last game Big Ben played was back against Cleveland and they won and he got a chance to walk on the sunset, I was satisfied. This is another game
Mhm.
that, hey, you lucky to be, just like the Raiders game, you're lucky to be here. I mean, just making it here is already enough. Now, the only thing I don't like out of this game is how Big Ben is already coming out and saying, "Hey, we have no chance of winning. Why should we even show up? I mean, we're going to get our asses handed to us against the Chiefs." I just, listen, I kind of feel like if he's going to go out, I want him to go out with a bang and I want him to go out fighting. I don't want to hear these words from a great Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is
Yeah.
that's the only thing that I
Well,
have downfall with this. Otherwise, I mean,
yeah,
it could be a very close game or it could be a very blowout
a
game. And that's
blowout.
what I'm afraid of.
Yeah. Well, to me, as a Steelers fan, I mean, like you said before, I'm very surprised that we even made it this far. I mean, the fact that we had all the situations that we had last week, get into this. To me, as a Steelers fan, I mean, we saw how bad Kansas City took us out a couple weeks ago, and it probably might be the same thing tomorrow night. It probably will. But the problem is, though, is that I really hope that our receivers, our line, could be able to get our head straight because if you guys watch that game, most of our turnovers was because of our receivers doing something stupid and then making us fumble. So my only hope is that Tomlin gets this offense, gets them prepared. Because you already know how incredible our defense is, and yet it may not show that game earlier on against the Chiefs, but yet
Right.
Watt and Hayward are the two leaders in my opinion as far as the defense, and they got to get their boys ready. They got to get ready against Patrick Mahomes. And I just seen that Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to be out for this game, so they probably may not even have a running game for tomorrow night. But what I am trying to say is though is that I am going to stick with the Steelers with heart, but I have a very bad feeling it could be a blowout. And at the end of the day, I'm very happy that we at least made it to the playoffs. Trey?
Me, of course, I'm picking Kansas City. No, Big Ben, I'm surprised that they even made it to the playoffs. But no, I
You and
think
many
Kansas
others.
City's got their number. A few weeks ago it was bad. Tomorrow's gonna be bad. But does Big Ben have one last game left in him to pull this off?
Well, I mean,
He
and
does,
I
but
guess
I
that's
mean,
the other thing here. Here's some interesting information about this. I mean, I could probably honestly say a lot of Steeler fans did not expect for the Steelers to be in the playoffs, but they're here. Now, put aside this team that probably hasn't been its best performance. Let's look at some positive things. Steelers are always a dangerous team in the postseason. They've done this. They've shown it time in and time out again. This is why they've been in the postseason. The last, only missed twice in the last 18 seasons. I mean, this is why they're dominant.
yeah.
I mean, you be unexpected. Kansas City has not been playing good this year. They got off to a terrible start. Now they found their water here later on, and they got their chance to snuck in and win the division. But they're not no different than the Pittsburgh Steelers. So you really don't know what you're going to get out of it. I mean, it's the same weather conditions. I mean, it's wonderful. The only thing that frustrates me is, like I mentioned, Big Ben doubting this team, and that's what kind of puts me on the Kansas City side of the ball. Is because hey, if you got a quarterback, I know he's going out, but if you got a quarterback saying that type of stuff, though, I mean. But it's not Ben's character to be saying that unless he really knows that it's going to happen. So I mean, what is he not going to go in there and try? I mean, this could be a team. I mean, this could be that underdog team that actually goes in and goes to another Super Bowl one last time. But I mean, not the way that Ben's talking.
Yeah.
I've
Go ahead.
always learned this. Do not count out Pittsburgh because they could be a very, very dangerous team when they're pinned in the corner.
Yeah, and yet, the way I feel about this, I mean, you actually brought up why Roethlisberger keeps out of the team is that, you look at the season that we've had, there's been a lot more downs than there has been ups. I mean, I
Right,
think the biggest
but-
up that we've had was for us to be able to make it to the postseason, and I really
winning
feel
the last
like
4 games.
Ben winning the last 4 games and having the Colts be eliminated, and plus the game not ended the tie like we thought it was going to be last week. So I really feel like Ben needs to be able to get his mindset in, watch the play that he's done before, whatever they practice with. And I think I can honestly say this, as far as like rookie wise, I am very happy to see Najee Harris to be able to be our running back, and yet I know he's going to be putting on a huge performance tomorrow night. And he may not have shown it this week, this year, but overall you can't deny he's been one of the best that we've needed as far as running back wise over the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, okay, final thoughts. I really think it's going to be like a 42-13 game. Blowout for Chiefs, unfortunately.
I'm still going to stick with Pittsburgh on this one because I'm never giving up on my Steelers, so I'm going to have to say it's going to be like a 20, just throwing a random score. I'm just going to say 23-13.
Okay.
Trey?
I think it's going to be a blowout, but don't count out Pittsburgh.
Right.
No.
Don't
count us out.
Hey, all right.
Pittsburgh,
Let's
here we
take
go.
one more break. When we come back, we'll cover the NFC side of things on this Super Wildcard weekend. Stay tuned right here on the Jay and Trey podcast.
Speak with clarity, 'cause there's too much noise around us. Or maybe it's just me. There's treasure in the sea, yeah, but I'm just too dry to reach it. So speak sincerely. I'm still waiting, yeah, for you to come around and save me. Will you stay with me? I'm lost in America. Will you stay with me now? 'Cause I'm lost in America. Stay with me. I'm lost in America. Stay with me now, 'cause I'm lost in America. So I crawl into the underground, find it hard to breathe, 'cause there's too much dust in the air, and we can't reverse the wheel. When I've searched around lately, the world seems to be the same. There's no room for the privilege and sacred, yeah. Oh, and I want to praise them. Will you stay with me? I'm lost in America. Will you stay with me now? 'Cause I'm lost in America. Stay with me. I'm lost in America. Stay with me.
1 second. Hold on.
All right.
It takes forever to load, but here we go.
I'ma need safety. Tell her I can't snake me. Ray gun off safety. My girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world. She want the two-tone spaceship. Blow smoke screen daily, so the stress don't face me. I'm going.
You know, I will tell you at the end, the beginning of next season, we are not going to go through each and every game. We're going to find another way to do this because picking 16 games a week was miserable to keep up with. And I think I think what we'll do, we'll pick like 2 or 3 games each that are key games.
Key games, yeah.
But
Well,
that's next
hey,
season.
I mean, I bet. Hey, when we still got this season, I mean, I think probably what we're getting ready to talk about is probably going to be the most interesting side as of yet, as far as competition wise. I mean,
I
I'll
definitely
get
will
to it
tell
here
you.
soon.
I agree with you. We got there's a lot of NFC games this weekend that are actually NFC just turned out to be a better league than the AFC this year.
Yeah,
Let's face
I
it.
mean,
Kansas City,
at least
Buffalo, Tennessee was probably the only consistent, inconsistent team out there. And then you got New England kind of surprised a lot of people. Patriot, like I said, the Raiders and the Steelers should not have been in the playoffs. I mean, they knocked out the Chargers. So, I mean, honestly, there's just overall, like, it wasn't the greatest performance. Now, there was a lot of predictability in the NFC also. Like, there was a lot of great talent coming on. I mean, and we're going to see a lot of it tonight. And the first one here, a little surprising that the Eagles made it in, but the Eagles did make it in the playoffs, and they're going to face the Buccaneers tomorrow, which we get to call the game. I'm excited about.
I'm very, very excited about this. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow at 12:30 for our pre-show. This game has a lot because, normally, you see the Buccaneers probably at the 1 seed, but yet I think they might be at the 2 or 3 seed taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. So this is definitely a really interesting game. And I will say this, I got to give credit to Philadelphia. I mean, they've also went through a lot as well, especially, with Jalen Hurts having a struggling season, to say the least. But yeah, he still showed why the Eagles belong to the playoffs. And Tampa Bay, I mean, we already know about Tampa Bay. I mean, what more can you say? Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. I mean, they've all been doing incredible. But I will say this: Philadelphia has a lot on their hands as far as tomorrow, though.
Tampa Bay is going to show why they are dominant with Tom Brady, and they will pick up the victory.
Here's the thing I'll say on this game. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers did the same thing they did last year. They don't have to be number 1 seed in order to be a good team. They know how to stretch themselves out, and that's what you saw out of Tom Brady, out of the Buccaneers this year. They didn't have a great season this year. I mean, they got off to a slow start and they picked things up when it meant the most, and that's why they're at where they're at. They did slide in the 2nd seed, but hey, it's been proven time and time again that you don't need to have the home field advantage in the first round bye in order to be a good team, in order to be a Super Bowl team.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, you don't really have to be a first round bye just to be able to be a really good team. I mean, plus, Tampa Bay is being led by, I guess many people could say, is the GOAT, Tom Brady. So, I mean, Tom Brady, he's trying to get his team prepared because, this ain't his first rodeo. But I will say this, though. I think as far as the team who is definitely the most pressured as far as the playoffs, it's got to be the Philadelphia Eagles because, I mean, they barely made it in. I mean, they had to have
Here's the thing.
help going on.
The Eagles, no one, I don't know anyone who really talked about the Eagles making it to the postseason. I mean, I heard more about the 49ers and the Saints than the Eagles. For me, the Eagles kind of just snuck on into the playoffs unheard of. Mm-hmm. No one, neither you, neither me, neither Trey, ever sat there and really said, hey, look at what Philadelphia is doing. They just clinched a playoff spot. I didn't realize that until the final week of the season. And honestly, yeah, the Eagles aren't your top team. They got nothing to lose, right? Buccaneers have more to lose. Obviously, in this case, they have to be more under pressure. So, but here's the thing. I mean, Philadelphia, they're going to be able to go out there, do what they do. They have nothing to lose. And that's what makes this an interesting game in Tampa Bay, because when you got no team to look at, and then you got that to worry about, it just sets up for a fun game.
I mean, I do see that, and plus, I will say this: so expect to see a lot of Philadelphia fans because I've seen this on TikTok a lot. Is that every game that the Eagles go to, they always have their fans from Philadelphia flying out to wherever they play at. So expect to see a lot of Eagles fans in the crowd. But overall, I think this is going to be this Cinderella story is going to end up ending for the Eagles tomorrow. I'm sorry, but it's going to be a 30-7 game. Tampa Bay on this one.
I'm
You're
taking
gonna say
Tampa
Tampa
Bay
Bay.
too. And I'm going to say one
Okay.
thing. Me personally, I'm tired of seeing Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. I'm going to support him this one
Ain't
game.
it?
And after this game, I'm done with him.
Like, do you not like the GOAT? Do you not like Tom Brady?
I'm tired. I like him. But I'm
It's
tired of
one of
seeing
those
him.
things where you're tired of like I'm tired of seeing the Red Sox or the Yankees and Dodgers in the World Series. Like
Mhm.
I'm like great. You Dodgers once again. Oh my goodness, you won the World Series. You're in the World Series, or like especially that stretch in 2000 from like 2014 to 2017 or something like that. I don't know, but the Dodgers were in the World Series for like 4 consecutive years. Like oh my goodness, give someone else a different, an opportunity. Like it's one of those things. Like, listen, I'll acknowledge that, and I will acknowledge that Tom Brady is probably one of the greatest quarterbacks who ever lived, playing
Exactly.
in 3 different decades and all this stuff. But it's one of those scenarios where it's like, dude, like I want to see someone new. It's like Aaron Rodgers. I
Mhm.
want to see someone new. I promote these younger underrated teams because it's a new format.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, it is. I
No,
mean, but also you guys still got to think about the situation. But go ahead, Trey.
no, no. Just like Justin, I respect him. I respect everything Tom Brady has done. But I'm tired of seeing him. We need somebody new. Get somebody new into the Super Bowl.
I mean, are you okay?
He's
Are you
saying
getting tired of the Kansas City Chiefs? Because they went
I'm
back to
not,
back.
because I've only remembered them one time since I've gotten into watching football, which
Mhm.
wasn't that a couple years
yeah,
ago.
Well, I think the whole
Um,
success for Kansas City was with Alex Smith, and then
Alex Smith.
once Alex Smith left, and then Patrick Mahomes took over. That's when they took it to the next level, and then obviously now you're seeing them in this big decade, you know,
Yeah,
domination.
but so
no,
we're all going with Buccaneers on this one.
yes. No, for me, I see Tom Brady in there more than I do Aaron Rodgers. I wouldn't mind Aaron Rodgers in the Green Bay going to the Super Bowl. I'm I just don't. I'm tired of Tom Brady lose.
Right. Here, I want to throw out one thing here. I've been asking colleagues around. You'd be surprised how many Northern Kentuckians and right that's how we call that's what we call Northern
Kentucky
Kentuckians.
is.
I don't
hmm
know. And then Cincinnati, I've asked people. I was like, "Oh, what do you guys think?" Yeah, I don't want the Bengals to win, or I want the Steelers to win. Like you'd be surprised how many people around here are not Bengals fans. To be
Right.
honest, like look at NWF. Just for like, there's a handful of those athletes are more Steeler fans than anything else. Like that's just crazy.
No,
It is.
Steven, I've
That
been
really is crazy.
Steven, I've been messing with Steven ever since I found out he
King
was a
Tyan.
Steelers fan.
King Tyan's a Steelers fan. I mean, that's given the
Oh,
point because
Yeah.
you and Tyan. I mean, you and Tyan have a lot of beef. I mean, that would just only make sense.
No, hey! Don't mess with King Titan. Since I found out he's a Steelers fan, don't mess with King Titan now. Don't mess
I
with
guess
him because he'll mess
I'm
with
guessing
you.
I'm gonna have to mess with him. I guess I'm gonna have to wear Bengals tonight for NWF.
Oh my goodness! I'll bring my beanie so you can wear the beanie on top of the our
Oh
promotion because we got to
Lord,
wear our
no!
shirts.
I'm gonna wear my
Hey!
light
I
up
hope he
Bengals hat.
grabs. Hang on. I hope he grabs that beanie or hat and then just throws it across the crowd and say, "That's how I feel about the Bengals."
Oh
I
my
hope he does that.
That's how I'm gonna give him crap
Anyway,
tonight.
All right.
we still
Hey,
have
next the
we
game
still
that's
have
coming up. I gotta just keep it going. San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys
ooh,
also Sunday afternoon. I will tell you this one. I mean, do you really
Mm,
think? I mean that all the home teams are gonna win? I don't think so. There's a lot of impressive things coming out of San Francisco and the 49ers. This could possibly be the last year for Jimmy Garoppolo. So the opportunity for Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers. Here's the thing. The Cowboys, although they haven't had a good season. They're barely 500 against outside division opponents. They were successful with their division, but their division's not that good. So they're really honestly a moderate football team. I don't think they have what it takes to beat the 49ers in the playoffs this year.
To me, I feel like with Dallas Cowboys, I mean, they have a great defense. And I will say this. San Francisco has not played their best either. I mean, we've seen them struggling from a time or two as well. So, I mean, if I was Garoppolo, I would have to see what I could be able to do to mess with this Cowboys defense because, we obviously know that the only great player off that defense, and, I'm hoping that none of the Hennessy guys is in here, but yet is Diggs. Diggs have been tremendous. I mean, Micah Parsons also been great as well. But the problem is, though, is that you have Jimmy G, you have George Kittle, you have Deebo Samuel. I mean, you have the 49ers be able to come out and looking great. But to me, this is going to be a close game, regardless. This is going to be a close game. I know Dak Prescott has a lot on his shoulders. And I will say this, I do admire him after what happened to him last season to make it to the playoffs now. But it's going to be a close game. I'm going to say at least a 3-point game for Dallas.
Oh, wow.
So one's picking San, other one's picking Dallas. Okay. So
You're the tiebreaker.
I know, right? For something that you really don't know much about these two teams.
Well, I know San Fran because the Bengals got their butts whooped by them.
I mean, listen, San Francisco probably doesn't really need to be in. They, pulled off an impressive victory over the Rams last week. I mean, they squeezed their way into the playoffs. I mean, I'm not trying to sell you on the point of 49ers, but I mean, you think about Garoppolo's probably last year. He has a little bit more in-depth experience. I mean, he used to be the backup quarterback for Tom Brady. I mean, that's just for enough said. He has a lot of knowledge. Yeah, they're damaged a little bit. They're banged up. Isn't all teams banged up this year in the playoffs? I mean,
a lot of teams.
I'll be surprised to tell me one team that doesn't have an injury or a banged up person that's gone through 18 weeks and feels healthy as a horse. I mean, but for me, I think Cowboys a little bit inexperienced. I feel like that they didn't, like I said, they were barely 500 outside their division. They weren't even 500 outside their division. They sucked in the outside division. They came into the division. The Dallas Cowboys coming into the division. It wasn't a good division. Giants sucked. The Washington football team sucked. The Eagles weren't that great. They barely made it. I still don't even know how the Eagles made it. We just talked about it. So, I mean, the 49ers, I think, are one of those that underrated team that's going to probably have a bounce back in the NFC.
Yeah, I do agree. But yet the thing is, go ahead.
Think what? Was that AT&T Stadium?
So does San Fran have the better team? Is what I'm asking. Better defense, better offense.
No.
So Dallas.
I mean, they have a great offense. Don't get me wrong.
Really?
I feel like
does the Cowboys have a better offense? I mean, like I said, who have they really beaten this year? You want to go down that road? Who have they really beaten? I mean, the 49ers just beat the Cincinnati Bengals a couple weeks back. Let's look at this. I mean, let's just look at the schedule and who they really beaten. I mean, they beaten the Eagles. They lost to the Cardinals. They lost to the Raiders. They lost to the Chiefs. Remember, we just talked about the Raiders. Now, what is the Dallas Cowboys? They lost to the Raiders. They lost to the Broncos. The Cowboys lost to the Broncos. Cowboys also lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They really haven't beaten anybody. They lost, like there's just nothing that they really the teams that they beaten, the Panthers, the Giants, the Chargers who aren't in the playoffs. Okay, the only postseason team that they've beaten so far is the Patriots. And I'm just looking through this list. They beat the Falcons. Okay, the Saints who didn't make it in. I mean, everyone that they beaten besides the Eagles and the Patriots are not in the playoffs.
Oh.
Well, to me, either way, I mean, I feel like this 49ers team is great. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like I'm gonna stick with Dallas on this one. It doesn't matter what happened in the season. I'm still gonna stick with Dallas because I feel like Dak Prescott could be able to do something with this team. The offense definitely does need a lot of improvement,
And
but I
I
think the
also
tougher point.
think I don't know because you saw San Francisco kind of out fan the at SoFi Stadium how they outbeat the fans. I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen at Dallas because Dallas don't let that happen. But I mean, there's going to be a good handful of San Francisco 49er fans out there. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo and the Niners looked phenomenal last Sunday, and I think they're going to carry that in and beat Dallas. I feel like it's going to be an easier win. I mean, listen, you have a case to winning. You have a case of the Cowboys winning, but it's going to be for me. It is the overall. It's the overall experience. It's the overall undergo mentality thing, and I don't know Dallas quite has it yet. I mean, every playoff run has an underdog team, right? The 49ers
Yeah.
is that up or has it upset. 49ers is that upset. I don't think they're going to go all 6 home teams are going to win this week.
So
I don't know. I mean, I think we really have. Go ahead again.
sorry for interrupting. I don't know what it is like when I'm trying to talk. It's like you guys can't hear me for some reason.
You have a 5-second delay, so by the time you start talking, we start talking again.
Gotcha. That's why.
Go ahead, Trey.
So after you guys going back and forth, me getting the knowledge, me myself, I think it's going to be a pretty close game, but I'm going with San Fran by 3 points.
San Fran. So pretty much, I'm the only person that's
I
going to be
feel like I
boys.
feel like I just swayed Trey to buy something he didn't want to buy. Or he didn't need.
I don't.
I
really
feel like
know
that as well.
I know what San Fran did to the Bengals. Bengals are the number 1 team in the North, and the Bengals been doing pretty good. So if you're gonna beat the Bengals, I'm picking San Fran. That pull this upset off.
I'm gonna go with San Fran. So I guess 2-1 on San Fran. So. All right.
Let's get to the last game. I know we're just so. Well, let's get into the last game, Monday night game, the special Monday night game. The Arizona Cardinals taking on the Los Angeles Rams.
On the Monday night game, but to me, I feel like the Rams have a lot that they have done. I mean, I will say this though, huge accomplishment from Matthew Stafford to finally get a chance to play in the playoff game, and so it's gonna be great for him. I mean, he also got Akers back, Cooper Kupp been having a phenomenal season.
Let's not forget Eric Weddle.
And plus the defense. The defense. I mean, they have what's his name from Denver?
Aaron Donald.
Don't
forget Aaron Donald.
No, not Aaron Donald.
Miller.
Von Miller. He finally got a chance to step up. Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. I mean, that defense is looking to be a mean defense. They didn't show last week against San Francisco, but I think they'll bounce back. And plus, you look at Arizona, what type of a downward spiral that they've had. I mean, they started off the season really good until they lost to the Packers. And then they go to the Lions and get beaten by the Lions until they finally get a chance to have a couple of wins to end the season off right. Don't get me wrong. No disrespect to Arizona. I mean, they've had a up and down season, but I just don't even see them make it to the next round. So easily, I'm going to have to go with the Rams just because I think that the Rams have more of the experience and they deserve to be able to be in the playoffs. It's just Arizona. It was just because of the record. It was just by the record. I do not see Arizona making it this far. Trey?
Me, myself, I've been keeping up with them at the beginning of the year. They had that close upset defeat by Green Bay. And ever since then, they've been having that downward spiral. And it's going to continue. I'm going to say Los Angeles is going to dominate them.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it wasn't. I think a lot of people jumped on that bandwagon when we saw how good Arizona came out to the forefront. And I don't want to sit here and pinpoint names, AJ Green, but I mean, ever since he missed that scoring touchdown play, he seems like he's always involving in a loss with something that he couldn't do. Like he can't make simple plays anymore, simple catches. And I feel like listen, don't get me wrong. Arizona, I think, could have tremendous potential of being a dominant and threatening team in that West. But this year really came to a surprise, and this year also really tested and showed Arizona where they needed to work at. Now, like Jake said, there is a stacked defense on that side. Now, I'm a little worried, yes, because obviously we saw the home field advantage in against San Francisco and how San Francisco ran out, and it forced Matthew Stafford to hit the silent count, and you shouldn't be doing that in your hometown. Or
No,
not
no.
hometown, but home stadium, but at the same time, though, there is a team like the Rams that has, they picked up some right people. Now they went all in on this team. You got to think about it. They don't have draft picks for like the next 3 to 4 years. They went all out on this team to pick up Von Miller. They even signed a retired backup, secondary in Eric Weddle, who may only see like 15 plays this week. I mean.
And also, you also got to think about this, though, as far as the Arizona side, they just now got J.J. Watt back. And J.J. Watt, you know how incredible he is. And I'm not taking anything away from Arizona. I mean, James Conner played tremendous. His first time playing with Arizona. But the thing is, though, is that you're going to need your great targets. I mean, obviously, D-Hop's done it for the rest of the season. But you're going to need Zach Ertz. You're going to need Green. You're going to need
let's also throw this out there for the Rams side. I thought a lot of people, and including myself, thought it was a terrible idea that Odell Beckham Jr. goes to LA after everything that he said. He complained about the play schemes and the play run calling in Cleveland. He gets signed with the Rams, and he's had success. He's had that star power. Kind of reminds me of days back with the Giants, but so he's really on top of things. I really think that the Rams are going to dominate, and I really feel like they are a threat going into the NFC Championship. Put that up.
And yet, I do believe this, though, and yet Arizona, they had a great season, but it's all going to end on Monday because I'm going to go with the Rams on this one. But this time, the score, I'm going to say it's probably going to be at least a 24-10 game for the Rams because the last time these two teams played is because we saw how Arizona handled a lot of spots, but then come fourth quarter, that's when the Rams kept going back up and going. So we'll probably see that come. The first time in LA is so long, so easily. Why would you not pick the Rams? Why would you not pick the Rams?
Right. They made they made the changes they need to do. They're all invested into this playoff. I feel like they have a healthy team, one of probably the most healthiest teams coming out of the NFC. So, but listen, I really like the diversity. We're not all picking the same teams. At the end of the day, we've all made some tweaks and changes to our 6 games. So if you guys want to play along, please leave us a comment down below. Who do you guys think are going to win all the games this week? We will come back tomorrow. We should have a big picture, and then when we come back on we should have a bigger picture coming back on Wednesday when we come back on Wednesday. So that's going to be an exciting time. Here, hey, information, NFL news. The head coach for the Houston Texans just got released yesterday.
Fired.
It looks like DeAndre Hopkins, right? Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins is officially going to probably be out of Houston. I know he's been calling it for the last couple of years.
Wait, you mean Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun Watson. Sorry,
I'll say
I'm mixed up with my players. I apologize.
But
yes,
so what's going to happen
Deshaun
with
Watson? Well, obviously the talk has been he wants out of Houston. He doesn't want to play for Houston no more, and that's the thing. And this helps with the case now. That the head coach is Collie. He's out of a coaching job. This kind of hopefully maybe leads and puts Deshaun Watson up on the market.
Also, another more NFL news. I've been seeing this from Chicago. It seems that Chicago is getting really highly interested in former Dolphin coach Brian Flores. So if that's the case, then that would be a huge, much-needed coach for the Chicago Bears.
Who wouldn't want to pick up Brian Flores right now? He is the hottest, the biggest quarterback head coach right now on the market.
Oh, easily. It's like trying to be able to go to the candy store and you see your favorite candy and everyone wants to buy it until you be able to get a chance to fight just to pick up that last tin of candy.
Right, right.
By the way, we never heard
Hey,
Trey's side of things about the Rams and the Cardinals game. Who do you got for that
we
game?
did. He chose the Rams.
Oh,
I chose the Rams.
okay.
Hey,
Sorry,
so
brain fart.
you got work tonight. You feel ready for work today? You get to go
I
back. It
feel
feels like it's been a
great.
month between
It
sickness
feels
and the
like
holidays. I mean, oh my goodness.
I mean, I'm ready. I'm just ready to get a chance to get back to work. I mean, I don't think I showed Trey this. When I pulled up to the testing site, there was cars all over the place, and I
Yeah.
was looking at my mom. I was like, "Oh my lord! Like, please let me go back to work. Please let me go back to work." And I'm just like really excited to get a chance to be able to go back out and not only to get a chance to do my job, but to be able to get a chance to take care of the awesome people down there. So I'm very very excited. And what more can you ask for? I mean, I feel like I'm in a great place, and you know. And plus,
That's
I
good,
mean,
man.
with the Instagram, I mean, with the interview for Amy this coming Thursday at 10:30. I mean, what more can you ask for? What more can you ask for? Amy
$1 million.
Peduto.
Can I have $1 million?
I mean, but nah. I mean, I've been talking with her a lot this week, and
Yeah.
yet she is going to be prepared. I'm going to have to work on the questions a lot because what. She
You're
is an
gonna have to
incredible
share
fighter.
me some information about her, some stats, some
I
records,
will.
anything,
I,
just to give me as much as you got on her to help me out. And
I
it's gonna
will.
be out of the blast. Hey, talking about
She
guests, don't forget tomorrow we have a 3-hour show from 9 to midnight. 9:30 we have Riley Matthews on our show as a guest,
Riley.
and then on Sunday at 10:30 we'll have both host for Armchair Booking,
I'm tripping.
Steve Barber, and Dwaylon Davis joining us on here at 10:30. So that's going to be fun
And
talking about it.
And
Um,
plus Monday, if we get me and Trey get a chance to represent the TNC Sports Talk as we get a chance to be a part of the Armchair Booking Podcast this coming Monday. I'm very, very excited. I don't
absolutely.
know about Trey, but it's
Check
going to be
out
a great
Armchair
time. It's going
Booking
to be a
on
lot of fun.
YouTube and all their social media accounts. Armchair Booking. Also, Trey, you got a basketball game tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
I do.
Good luck with that. You coach, right?
I coach. But I'm trying to see what the weather's gonna do.
Oh, it's supposed to be snowing.
To determine whether
It's
I'm
supposed to be
going.
bad.
I mean, it's literally
It's supposed
just
to be
right up
really
the
bad.
street.
I know here. Yeah.
But it's
But
supposed to be really bad.
I do want to say this though, as far as the West Virginia area, make sure you guys be careful because we're still under a watch as far as I know. But make sure to be careful. Gonna get hit with some ice, gonna hit with some snow,
Trey,
and of course you
it's not
guys.
supposed to snow until tomorrow night, so that's at least what the weather projection is. So you should be able to get to the game. It's going to be cold, but you should be able to get there and back in time. But hey, Jake, you and I will be here tomorrow from noon. Well, we're going to kick off. I'm going to kick things off at noon. You guys
I'll
be
be here.
here.
I'll be here noon
Calling the
tomorrow.
game. We'll be
I'll
calling the
be here
game
tomorrow
at
noon.
between the Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that is tomorrow. We got NWF tonight. I mean, there's a lot of things going on this week. I told you it was a busy weekend.
A lot that's happening in our world. So make sure you guys.
Hey, one
check us
last
out,
time, Jake. One last time, tell people how they can win a Brian Danielson autograph.
Plain and simple. You just need to go to our TikTok page at TNC Sports Talk. Sorry for the blare there. Go to TNC Sports Talk on TikTok. Make sure you guys check out the pin posts that I made earlier this week. All you got to do is follow us, comment, and share the video. 2 winners will get a chance to be announced for the 2 Brian Danielson autographs on the day of the Royal Rumble event. And we get a chance to announce it. Trey will get a chance to announce it. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you guys head over to our TikTok page right now.
Yeah, man, let's go. Also what I've been doing is I've just been following everybody, like literally just follow, trying to get up to that 1,000 so we can go live on TikTok. I think people will enjoy us doing this show live, and we could all just stream somehow. But
yeah,
all right, we made it. Hey, 2 hours in all of this. Oh gosh, stretching. What's going on?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, listen, like I said, hit that like, share, subscribe button, leave us a comment down below. Check out our social media pages. We'll be back again calling the game of the Eagles and Buccaneers tomorrow, followed by a 3-hour episode tomorrow night. We got a lot to talk about tomorrow night because we have to catch up. We have Jake versus Trey again. Hey, NFL teams and records. That's what I'm going to give you a hint for tomorrow, Trey. NFL teams and their records. Can you deal with that?
And
Is that enough information?
Records.
And the records. I'm not going to ask you the question. Don't want to know what you think. I can't do that. I think we'll give it away, but it's going to be interesting. And then I do have some more Royal Rumble questions coming up, but I want to stretch them out closer to the Rumble time. Okay?
Yep.
Fair enough? All right.
Fair enough.
So, on behalf of Jake, Trey, and I, until tomorrow for the game, until tomorrow night, you guys all have yourself a wonderful day.
And go
Yes, sir.
Bengals.
Yeah.
Trey? Go Bengals. Hey, go
Go
Bengals. Who day?
Who
Go
dey?
Rams and go Steelers all at once.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Woohoo!
Take care, you guys.
Boo
Take care,
Steelers.
y'all.